This will be really good, especially for Michael, since you're just new to Facebook, so you won't have to correct yourself. You'll just do it correctly from the start, which will be good. Okay, so do's and don'ts, and of course these aren't like, rules set in stone, but these are just like suggestions that we found that work or don't work. But if you kind of just have to mold that in with what you're used to doing. Okay, so let's see. But the big ones are to not vomit sales on people. So if you go to your Facebook page, it shouldn't be like, here's my link, to Beachbody, buy my stuff, like vomiting sales, buy this, join this to buy this, pay for this kind of stuff. Only talk Beachbody like once a day, and leave like all the website direct posts, like the direct links to your website off of the post. So if you're going to give somebody a link to your website, it should be in a private message. Or if you're going to, really talk about how to order and all that kind of stuff, it should be done in a private message, not directly on your page. So what you should be doing, instead of vomiting Beachbody, nonstop, you should be posting about you 3 to 5 times a day. So personally, I have a list of like 5 to 8 topics that I like rotate through. One of them being Beachbody, but the other 7 are things like, I'm a mom, so I post pictures of my kids and the crazy stuff that they do. I'm a nurse, so I post nursing humor, or when I do workouts at work and like drag my nursing buddies to like work out with me at work, I'll post stuff like that. Like positive motivation, or I like to travel, so like when I travel, I'll take pictures and post of that. But maybe every 5th or 6th post might have something with Beachbody in it, but not every single post. It shouldn't be like, oh, I did my workout today, here's my Shakeology, here's my Beachbody this, Beachbody that. Like every single one shouldn't be about Beachbody. Another big one is to not post controversial subject matter. So this is like prime time for people to want to do that, because it's the political mumbo jumbo that's going on. But even if you are like gun-ho Bernie Sanders, gun-ho Hillary, or whatever, if you post something like that, then 50% or whatever the percentages of the people that oppose your view are gonna not give a they're gonna like not even pay attention to like any of the other stuff that you're posting, because they're gonna automatically be like, oh, they're gonna write you off because they don't have that same view as you. So people like to get involved in political debates or other controversial matter, any controversial topic you can think of, gay marriage, abortion, any stuff like that. It's, better to keep it off there, because it's, as soon as somebody sees it that doesn't have that same view as you, they are going to just completely ignore you, either unfriend you or ignore everything that you say, or hide all of your posts, so they won't even see anything that you're posting. So once you're starting to do this as a business, you have to just bite your tongue and post non-controversial stuff. So don't like the like pages of other coach. So like Greg has a like page. A lot of the top coaches, pretty much all of them, have a like page, which is their business page, and you can choose to either like that page or follow them. So you want to just choose to follow them so you can see their posts. But when you like them, it's gonna end up sending all of your customers right to their page, because they're going to see that you like it, and it's going to direct them to the people that are already more successful in this business. So follow so that you can get, their tips and how they're doing it and their information, but you don't want to like it.
And also when I run an ad, it'll go to the friends of friends that liked my page, right? So I would be like advertising to your friends if you liked my page. That's kind of the thing there.
Right. Okay. So don't try to be someone else. So just because I said, I'm a nurse and I do nursing stuff, I hope you didn't write down, okay, make your funny nursing post and, make your mom post, if those don't apply to you. You want to think of the things that are genuinely you, the things that you like really passionate about, or the things that really describe you. And those are going to be the things that you're posting about consistently 3 to 5 times a day on your own page. And, don't try to steal, if Greg posts an ad or something, a picture, you can take the picture or take the thing, but twist it into your own words or add your face on it somehow, or somehow make it genuinely you, because otherwise people are going to be able to read right through that and tell that it's, kind of fake, and they're going to be like, oh, that's annoying. It's, they can tell that it's not you. And especially adding your pictures into your stuff is a great way to make it you, because just by putting your smiling face right on there, instead of like just all stock pictures. So do post videos. People connect with videos a lot more, it seems, than they do, just a picture. It kind of catches their eye because it's moving, and they're not just getting the text, they can get all of the aspects of communication, like body language, and see how enthusiastic you are, stuff like that. So videos work a lot better than pictures sometimes. So you want to include videos and sharing your like before and after pictures, your journey. Like that's the biggest thing that you're doing, is being a product of the product, and you want to share that as proof to your all your friends that are following your journey along with you. So you don't want to be shy about posting your sweaty workout picture or your sweaty workout video, or your before and after transformation stories. The more emotionally that you can connect with people, the better you're going to do, and the faster people are going to learn to trust you, because they're going to have that emotional connection with you. So post your sweaty pics. I already said don't post your links, and definitely do that in private messages. So if people comment below anything that you do and say, oh, what are you doing, or how much is this, or what are you doing with that, you want to take that directly to a private message and continue the conversation there. Okay, so let's see. I already said don't talk about only Beachbody. Don't slam competitors publicly in your posts. So there's Herbalife, what's the wrap one? It Works, all those other kind of, things going on right now, kind of competitors for Beachbody. If somebody comments below something that you say and is kind of like mentions that, you can delete their thing right away. You don't have to even respond to it. But you certainly don't want to like slam another thing right in front of them. Even in a private message, you don't really want to, be negative about another company, because it kind of makes you look bad. But you can always just say, oh, I don't know about It Works, or I don't know about those wraps, but I do know that Shakeology has given me energy like I've never seen before, or whatever you want to do. Like, I don't know about fill in the blank, but what I do know is, and fill in that blank. And use your own personal, what you've seen personally through Beachbody products to kind of, counteract whatever it is that they're bringing up to you, but in a nice way. So don't tag everyone and their brother and mother and cousin in your post. So like if I, every day when I do my workout, I don't tag Greg in my workout post on my private page, because then all my friends are going to be like, oh, let me just see who this Greg character is all about. If he's working out with Trish every day, then they're going to go and see, oh, he's retired from his job. Let me follow him. Like you're sending people to other people, and it's kind of annoying for friends when they're getting tagged and stuff that doesn't really apply to them. So, unless they were there with you or you have a reason to be tagging people, you don't want to just tag all of your friends on every post. Like, oh, I want them to see this Beachbody post, so let me tag all 200 of my friends so that I know they see it. If you're consistent with your postings, then people are going to see it anyway. So, and along with that, you don't want to do 1,000 hashtags on your post that you're doing. It's one thing if you're doing it as like a little bit of humor, but if you hashtag, oh, I did my workout, hashtag 21 Day Fix, hashtag Shakeology, hashtag, whatever. Some people, it's just kind of like a little bit too much, especially on Facebook, where hashtags, aren't really they don't really mean what they do if you're using Instagram. And even when you're using Instagram, if you look up any Beachbody Instagram training, like the Chalene Johnson, or what's her name, training, or any of the Instagram trainings, there's a specific way to hashtag, and you're pretty much not supposed to use like hashtag Beachbody, hashtag fitness, because those are the ones that everybody's using anyway. So, there's a smart way to use hashtags and one that's not really effective. So, let's see. Don't share, again, about taking things from another coach. Like if I shared something that Greg posted, like, oh, that was really motivational, I like how he said that, and I just click the share button and then it reposts to my page, it shows Trisha shared this, from Greg Armfield, and I'll have his little face there, and it shows, one, that I stole the information. It's not, coming from me, so all the credit's gonna go to Greg. and people are gonna be like, oh, she stole that from him. And then if they like really connect with it, they're gonna want to go to the horse's mouth, which would be him, and hook up with him instead of hooking up with me. That's never what you want. Okay, so let's see, what else? Don't steal. Don't try to be yourself. So like I said, think of your list. It could be 5 things, it could be 10 things that you rotate through. And depending on what I share with y'all later on, I might show you like my Facebook page, or you can go, search me, and you can see like the last 10 posts that I made, and one will be about nursing, one will have my workout, like I kind of rotate through. And every time, every couple of days, I'll go to my own page and I'll look at it and I'll say, okay, oh, I've posted too much of my kids, as cute as they are, like I want to kind of rotate them through too. So you kind of want to mix it up and definitely make it about you. There you go. So Greg's going to talk to you about how to expand your warm market.
Yeah, and just about the 3 to 5 posts, that may be like daunting for some of you, especially guys. I mean, if you're currently never posting on Facebook, or posting like once a week, for you to post 3 to 5 times a day would, kill you and your friends, so you might want to just think about, posting once a day. I mean, really, kind of that's my goal, is I want to share once a day or more. But, definitely I want to try to share something once a day. But you still want to rotate your posts, like Trish says, like come up with the 5 things that make you who you are, right? It's like, is it, you're a father or a mother, do you have kids, do you have, do you have a religion or a faith that makes you who you are, that you want to incorporate, so, incorporate those. So, it's great if you want to post your, Beachbody workout every day, or you drinking your Shakeology. But if that's all you post, people are not going to want to follow that. They're going to get tired of that. Or if you go from not posting at all to all you post about is fitness, that's going to be a turnoff to people, right? So, if you're posting now about your kids or your dog or whatever, keep doing that. But then just start incorporating, some of the Beachbody posts, And I made a post, last week or whatever, that said, hey, I checked out some of your timelines and I don't see anything that shows me that you're a coach. So, you got to be posting something and letting people know that you're working out, that, you're drinking this shake, and what do you like about it? People talk about posting with purpose. You don't want to just think about this. A lot of times, I'll do this, I know, but I see other people doing this too, is you'll just post your workout, or you'll post, you drinking your cake, or whatever. Or most coaches don't post about the coaching opportunity, but that's a great thing. If you watch any top coach, you're going to see them doing these coach sprinkles about the coaching opportunity. But whenever you're posting, make sure you're posting with a purpose. And that purpose is to get engagement. And you have to tell people, like if you post a something motivational, let's say you just posted a motivational picture, you don't just post that, you need to post that and ask a question, because your goal is to get people to like, comment, or share, because that's Facebook affinity, right? If you've never heard of Facebook affinity, that's how Facebook determines, who to show your post to. Because if you think when I go and I post something that all my friends are going to see it, no. It's going to go to 5% of your friends. And if they don't like, comment, or share, it's going to die and no one else is going to see it. So that's why you have to post with purpose. You always ask a question or try to get them to engage, tell them what you want them to do. Hey, like this post. If you agree with this motivational quote, like it, you know, or share it, or ask a question. You'll always see, a lot of times you'll see ladies, and they'll have themselves wearing a blue dress and a red dress, and they'll ask a question. What do you like better, you know, A or B, you know? Really, you know, do they really care? You know, do they really want, you know, 1,000 people, you know, opinion? Probably not. You know, really what they want is they want that engagement so that they can start building that affinity with you, so that when they do make that coaching opportunity post or that invitation to their challenge group or that invitation to the sneak peek, they want to make sure that you see it because they built that with you. Does that make sense? So it takes time to do that, right? I mean, like, you know, if you just got to start making that one post a day, you know, make sure that you're trying to get that engagement, right? And like Trish said, you know, videos are great. You know, even if you share a funny video, like a funny video of like animals are really popular. I mean, those get lots of engagement, right? Of people clicking and sharing.
Is he in Bella's room?
Oh, I have to mute somebody here. Okay, so that was just a kind of a side note, you know, on, you know, start posting, and not just posting to post with intention, and plan out your posts. Like Trish said, you know, it's like, you know, you're going to post about these topics, but then also plan, you know, when are you going to do those call to actions? You know, it's like, when are you going to do, like most of us, we should be running free groups, right? Free groups is a great way to expand your warm market, and that's like the topic that I'm going to talk about. But you can create Facebook events, and you can invite your friends, and then you can ask those friends to invite friends. That's a great way, you know, run a free group. A free group could be a clean eating group. It could be a water challenge. It could be a fitness challenge. You could do whatever you want. And we have a whole separate group, training group, which is self-paced currently, which you could go through, and it can teach you all different ways and give you ideas on how to run free groups. And you could, you know, just start by just inviting your friends. But, you know, I run a free group every month, and I run a Facebook ad for that free group. And maybe I'll run a $20 Facebook ad, and I'll bring in 20 people from that. You know, depends on how good your ad is and who you're targeting and who your niche is, you know. So all this goes into, you know, the of how many people you can actually get from your ad. But it's a lot of trial and error. And I would say you as new coaches, just start with your warm market. But once you burn through that, then you may want to think about, you know, running an ad to get more people. But what I'll do is I'll run like an ad, I'll bring in 20 people, and then I'll ask those 20 people, like I'll run a contest, and I'll ask those 20 people to like invite their friends, and whoever invites the most friends gets a prize, you know, or something like that. So then that allows me to connect with their friends and get them all in the group. And then I friend every single person that joins that free group. So my current, I had a 10-day clean eating challenge that had 59 people in it. So I friended all, you know, 59 of those people, and now they see all my posts. In addition to what I'm posting in the group and the call to action that I make in the group, where I try to convert them into my paid challenge group, you know, at the end. But that's just one way that you can do it. Another thing that you can do to expand your warm market is to, well, one thing that you should definitely do first is open up your personal page. Like if you are currently got everything as private, so that people can't see your posts and your pictures and stuff like that, it's kind of like you have opened up a business, right? You have really opened up a business by becoming a coach, and you've opened up a storefront, right? But by you keeping everything private and closed, it's like your storefront has the door locked and the windows, you know, the shades pulled. Okay, so no one is going to come to you unless you know, send them an invitation and give them the key to your door. You know what I mean? So, you know, open yourself up. If you've got, you know, pictures on there or content that you don't want people to see, well, then get rid of it. You know, if you've got pictures that you don't want people to see, you can change the privacy. You can put everything in an album, and you can change the privacy of the album that, you know, I only want family to see this album. these pictures of my kids or whatever. But, I would say definitely get in the habit of sharing your kids, because look at Trish. She shares the pictures of her kids like all the time, and that attracts.
They get the best engagement, my kids. So they're doing better than anything else I could post. So.
Yeah, it attracts other moms. So if that's your market, that's what you want to be posting, if you've got a dog and you want to attract other dog lovers, make sure you post lots of pictures of your dog, something that you can do is like that banner up on the top of your Facebook. You can change that banner to be more of what you're about, so that when people come to your page, they see that banner and they can see, like, if you look at any of the top coaches, a lot of times they'll have, what they are, what their brand is, what their market is, so it's like, are they a mom? Do they have kids? Are they a coach? Are they into fitness? Do they like animals? You can typically see all that right from just looking at the banner. So think about, changing your banner, updating your banner. That's a great place to start. Start making friends of friends, right? Because you always need to be expanding your friend list, right? Because even if you have lots of friends that you can potentially, invite to, come into your challenge group now, or come into your free groups, you're going to run out, eventually you're going to run out, and, when I started, I had 32 Facebook friends. They were all family members, so it took me about an hour to burn through all my family members. I went and I sent every single one of them a private invitation, a private message to, join my challenge group, and get a workout program from me. And I got crickets, so none of them were interested in the beginning, which is fine. That's typical. You guys are going to run into that too. So then you got to start turning to the cold market, right? You got to, so for me, that was just, okay, immediately right off the family, it took me about 5 years till I got my parents to try Shakeology. So, don't feel bad, if your family isn't immediately on board with you. You've got to expand your friends, expand your market, and, that may take advertising. So if you're like me, you only have 32 friends and none of them are interested, you immediately need to start doing something else. If you want to be successful, you immediately need to start friending people like crazy and expanding that warm market. Now, something that you can do is, Facebook will recommend friends to you, right? We all scroll by that, but you can look at who it recommends and you can add them, even if you don't know them, just you add them and just send them a private message and say, hey, Facebook recommended that we be friends, and you just kind of can start a conversation with them. But even if, or you can go through your friends and, like, if you're commenting on your friend's post and then you see other of their friends commenting on them, you can always, associate, because you're associated to them, right? You have that friend in common. If you send them a friend request, they're going to look at your profile and they're going to see, oh, we have a mutual friend. We have so-and-so. So it's not creepy, right? Because you guys have a mutual friend. So that's perfectly fine. Now don't become friends with your coach friends, but if you have non-coaches, right, it's perfectly fine to send them a friend request, and start expanding friends that way. And, your goal isn't to try to sell them something, right? It's just because you're friending them, you might want to send them a message and just say, hey, you might look at their picture or whatever. Hey, your kids are so cute, or hey, I love your dog, or, you got a really cool car I saw, or whatever. You can always, just message them. But what your goal is just to get them to follow you. If you go through and you like some of their pictures and you maybe send them a private message and just said, hey, I see we're both friends of Julie. I just wanted to, reach out and say hi and send you a friend request. Most likely they're going to accept your friend request, and then they're going to check you out, and they're going to check out, what's on your page, and they're going to like some of your stuff. And then that builds that affinity, right? And then when they see, you posting stuff, they're going to start following you, and they're going to start liking you, and then they're going to see your posts every single day. And then when you do that call to action post, which is very important, guys, you got to always remember, like once a week or like once a month, make sure you're giving people a call to action. I mean, otherwise you're never going to sell a challenge pack. If you're not talking to anybody, if you're never offering them the invitation, hey, come join my challenge group, you're never going to, reach your goals. So, one thing is, friending and adding friends. The other is the invitation, right? To do something. So let's see, what else can you do? You can obviously meet people in person, right? Like your hairdresser, maybe people at Starbucks, people at the grocery line. Now, a lot of new coaches think, I need business cards, right? Because when you meet somebody, you need to hand them a business card. No, business cards do not work. Business cards are like 80s, okay? No business cards. If you meet someone, all you got to do is pull out your phone, look them up on Facebook and go, oh, is this you? And then okay, I just sent you a friend request. That's all you got to do, or what I do is I hand my phone to them and I'm like, oh, here, can you search for yourself? And let them, because I don't know how to spell their name or whatever, and I just give them my phone and they search for themselves and I'm like, oh, okay, I just sent you a friend request, So I do that. What else? Oh, okay. Facebook jail is something that you have to be familiar with. If you send too many friend requests, and those people don't accept your friend request, it's possible that Facebook can put you in a timeout, which means that, you can't do friend requests or you can't post or something like that. So I've never been put in Facebook jail, but I know a lot of coaches who have. So just be careful of that. And a good rule of thumb is if, let's say, you went like the whole week of inviting people, then, you can go back to Facebook and you can see there's a way, I forget how off the top of my head, but you can see who you sent friend requests to, and you can see like who's still pending. If they haven't accepted your friend request in a week, then just cancel that friend request. Okay. So periodically, I will just go through and I'll cancel all the old friend requests, if they haven't accepted them. So that way I keep my friend requests that are pending, like below 100 or, below 50, just keep it at a reasonable number, If Facebook sees you sending 1,000 friend requests and they're all pending or, or somebody reports it as spam or something like that, then that's how you can get in trouble. So just be aware of that.
Yeah. And sometimes, like when I'm sending like a bunch of friend requests in the same day, and it might be like a mutual friend, like Greg talked about, like somebody that we have a mutual friend together or whatever, or like if I'm doing like 10 or 20 like back to back to back, Facebook will send you like a little notice like, do you know this person? Like you're only supposed to be sending these to people that and that's not an indicator that you're going to jail. That's like a reminder. But like I'll just say yeah I know them and keep on adding, but then like Greg said, every once in a while you have to go in and cancel out the request. So okay. Do you want me to show them how to do the like search for a friend of a friend or whatever? Can you talk about that?
We can share that video. Let's not take the time.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me
but yeah, it is possible that we can share a video. Yeah, you want to put it in the chat? You can share a video. It's called a Facebook graph search, and you can actually do like show me friends of mine that like yoga, or show me friends of friends that are interested in whatever dog I have, and it's a great way to connect with people who have similar interests as you. So yeah, I think Trish just shared that video by Brooke Lipoff, who is a top coach who created a great video on this. Let's see, Trish, why don't you go over the groups? You want to do like how to connect with people in groups?
Yeah. Just one other thing though, like when you're looking at your friend list, there'll be a thing that says find friends, and you can also go in and look for people that you went to high school with. You can just search your high school, and then anybody that, a lot of times it'll show you people that you may know, especially like mutual friends that you have that went to high school, and you'd be like, oh, I remember her. I hated her in high school, but who cares? You add her anyway. even if you don't know her, she'll see, not only maybe you have a mutual friend, but they'll say, oh, she went to the same high school that I did. So you can do that with high school, college, old jobs, anybody from your past that you ever knew in any, in any form. You search for them on Facebook, add them as a friend, and to make sure that they know who you are, you make sure that you're using your full name, not like Flower Child or some crazy name, or if you have a married name, then just include your maiden name on there. You can be in Facebook groups. They have groups for everything, nurses groups, mommy groups, or whatever, you name it, and Facebook has a group associated with it. So you go up to the Facebook search bar and you can type in, like mommy, Facebook California mommy group, or whatever you want to type, and like the list of groups will come up, and you can request to join those groups. And then what you want to do is not go in there and post your workout video and your, Beachbody ad. You want to, just like insert yourself into the culture of that group, start liking people's stuff, commenting in people's stuff, like genuinely posting whatever that group, is about. And then eventually when people start liking or consistently like commenting on your posts, then it's natural that you would probably send them a friend request. And then when you're sending them that request, then they're going to just automatically see the consistency you've had on your own personal page, and they're going to start following your fitness journey just in that way. You don't even have to tell them I'm a Beachbody coach or anything. They're going to feel connected from you, from what you've whatever's happened in the group, and then also that they're going to have that common interest with you from the get-go, because you're going into groups that you actually, like if you like Disney, you go in Disney groups. If you like running or travel or whatever, you go into groups that are associated with your interests, so that you have something in common with these people, and you actually, feel passionate about posting in there. Otherwise you're just not going to do it. But post in those groups, and then the people that start engaging with you in those groups, you add them as friends, and that's a free way to increase your warm market. Let's see, definitely don't spam those groups with your sales or with any of your Beachbody stuff, because a lot of times the group administrators will be looking for people that are trying to sell something or trying to do something like that, and they just automatically kick them out of those groups. So let's see, and you can also private message those people that you're meeting in those groups, and start continue your conversation on with them there. But it's definitely your goal to eventually get them to be your Facebook friend. So if they're seeing you post in that group every day, when you send that Facebook request, they're gonna be like, oh, I know Trisha, she's posting that that funny stuff in that group, and then without a second thought, they'll add you. Let's see. How to respond to people who do comment and aren't interested? Are we gonna go into that?
Yeah, sure, briefly.
Okay, so so if somebody is starting to respond to your the post that you're making on Facebook, when you do your call to action, and somebody shows some interest, or when you're sending out your if you have all your Facebook friends that you just send private message to every day just to check in, say, hey, how are you doing, and somebody brings up fitness, and they you have that interest in Beachbody, or they want to know what you're doing, you kind of have to turn the conversation around and make it about them. The first thing I don't say is, oh, I'm doing Beachbody, and it's $160 for a challenge pack, and you should sign up with me today, or whatever, and send them the link. You want to make the conversation all about them. Ask them how their life's going, what's new with them. Look at something on their page, a picture they recently posted, and talk to them about that. Find out if once fitness starts coming up in your conversation, you want to find out what their goals are, and what they usually struggle with as far as fitness or nutrition, and really like validate what they tell you. I usually struggle with this or that, oh yeah, I understand this happened to me, and you kind of like share your experience, but mainly focus on listening to what they're telling you as far as their goals, their struggles, their interests, and stuff like that. And then based on what they're telling you, if nutrition is their biggest thing, and time, then 21 Day Fix is great, because it's 30-minute workouts, and simple nutrition. So you try to think of what program that Beachbody offers that is the the right match for them. Just because you're doing Insanity Max 30 yourself, you don't have to recommend that to every single person. You kind of want to figure out which one would be best for them. And the coach office has, you know, FAQs and all kinds of information about every single program. So even if you've never done that program, had it, or know anything about it, you can just go and search for the information as you're having that conversation, so you can know exactly which would be best for them. So you want to, you know, talk about the value of the challenge pack and what they're going to get. You know, list out exactly, you know, exactly what all they're getting. You know, the challenge with the challenge pack, you're going to get, you know, so like for 21 Day Fix, I'll tell them, you're going to get 7 daily workouts. Sometimes depending on the person, I'll tell them like, you know, 1 day's for arms, 1 day's for legs. So like you never get bored, you know, because next day you're doing cardio, and, you know, tell them exactly what they're getting. You're going to get a bonus workout DVD, which, you know, is really good for those days that you just want to mix it up, and, you know, bonus DVD. And you're getting the color coordinated containers that go along with the nutrition guide, you know, like everything that you're going to get, including 30 days free Beachbody on demand, access to your free support challenge group on Facebook. Then, you know, you're going to want to list it all out. So when they see they're getting all this stuff for value, when it comes time to talk about the price, it's not like, oh, you're getting a challenge pack and it's $160. They're like, what? But if they've seen, you know, you're getting this and this and this and this free shaker cup, this free bonus workout DVD, this, you know, access to this accountability group, which has been my, you know, main support group. So when I fall off track, my buddies are like, Trish, did you work out today? You know, I haven't seen your videos. You know, Shakeology, I go on and on about Shakeology and what it's done for me, because it's literally been, you know, what's kept my cravings, you know, at bay, which is always what would bring me off of my things in the past. So I go on and on about Shakeology. So then they see that they're getting, you know, instead of $130 for the normal Shakeology price, they're getting, you know, a month of that, and with their challenge pack. So you want to share the value with them, make it about them, figure out what their goals are, their struggles are, and kind of keep note of that, so that later on in the future, if they fall off track, or if they say, oh, not right now, well, a couple months later, you can go back and be like, oh, I remember your goal was A, B, C, or D. You know, are you hitting that goal, or, you know, whatever. And then, yeah, so once they're ready to go ahead and get the challenge pack, then you can make a link that they can, you know, just easily, like if they decide 21 Day Fix is for them, Greg posted it right there in the chat, simplecoachinglinks.com. You go right there and it'll have you enter your coach ID in. And then once you do, then all of the Beachbody programs will come up. And so you would find 21 Day Fix Challenge Pack, and then go over to where it says link or whatever it says, and then you right click it, and then you say copy link, and then you paste that into the chat with them. And so when they click it, it just automatically goes to the checkout line with that program, so that they can sign up, and then they'll be automatically underneath of your account when they do that. So
I think Joe has his hand up.
Joe. Okay. Perfect. Questions? Go ahead.
The only thing with that coach's link is the prices on there don't update very often.
Well,
so if you're going to quote, it'll go to the site and it'll be an updated price. But if you're talking to a customer and you're giving them prices, or they're asking for prices, just use caution not to use the prices that are on the site, because any of the ones that are on special, they don't update those. If they do, it's not done in a timely manner.
Yeah.
You mean like on the link, how it'll say 21 Day Fix 160 or whatever?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even know that people always make that connection. Even you say, here's the link, you click, and they click it, right? So when it goes over, like you said, it'll always update, like with the price from Beachbody, which
Right. I just happened to use it one time when I had somebody on the phone, and I was discussing things with them, different programs with them, and I had data up, and I was looking at the prices, and it kind of threw me for a loop, because it's definitely not. They're definitely not right.
As long as you know that. I've never had anybody ask me. Have you, Greg?
No, but it does lift the price that it came out with, right, on the site. If you look at Simple Coach Codes, but that site is run by a coach. It's not run by Beachbody.
Oh, okay.
So that was just something that we need as coaches, and Beachbody didn't provide it. So some coach just took, he just keeps it updated, but he doesn't keep it updated with prices. That's the, that
Yeah.
keep in mind.
Mm-hmm. Good point, because it is confusing for like a new coach to go in and be like, I don't want to send them that because it says 140 or 160 and it's 140 or whatever, but it will send them to the right place. And normally, like, it took me 5 months to even realize that it was 21DF or whatever. Like, I didn't even realize that there was like a code that actually kind of talked about, looks like the program or whatever. I wasn't even paying attention, so I don't know. Thanks though for pointing that out. Does anyone else have any questions before we wrap up?
I have a question.
Okay.
If you make a comment, can you hear me? If you make a comment or a post in a private or secret group, does that bleed over to your public profile on Facebook? For
Like
instance,
to say Michael liked this.
No, he's saying if you make a post or a comment in a closed or secret group.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, correct.
Yeah, it won't show up on your profile. No one can see it except for people that are in the group.
What if the person you're posting about is on your friends in your public group?
Then they'll see it because they're in the group.
Yeah, only people in the group. So they would have to be like the engaged group, right? Is a secret group. So your friends would have to be in the engaged group to see something that you posted in there.
But if they're my friend on my public one as well, will it go through?
No, because not unless they're in the secret group with you.
Right.
Right. So it doesn't matter if they're friends or not. It doesn't, they would have to be in the group with you to see it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's something to explain to coaches. I mean, not coaches, but customers, because if you get them in a free challenge group or in a paid challenge group, you want to explain to them that no one's going to see anything in this group that you post, like sweaty pictures, because people don't want to post that stuff if they think their friends are going to see it, right? So just assume that people don't know about Facebook groups and just explain to them that no one's going to see this unless they're in the group, Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of times a lot of people will join the groups, but they'll never post because they think people are going to see their posts,
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So go out, make sure your profile is interesting and about you. And so then when you start bringing in these new people from the cold market and they see your page, they're going to see something interesting, not just like a blank slate that you haven't posted on since 2010. So, keep consistent with your posts on your private page. And then as you bring in these new people, they're going to be like, oh, wow, she's pretty fun looking because of all the stuff you've been consistently posting. So